It is exactly 8:52 p.m. on July 11, 2015, inside the Altiplano Supermax prison. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman sits on his concrete bed, staring at a small screen. He stands up, changes his shoes, and walks toward the shower stall in the corner. The security camera watches him, but there is a fatal flaw in the system. A small privacy wall blocks the camera's view of the shower floor area. El Chapo steps behind the wall, crouching down as if he is dropping something. But he never stands back up, and he never comes out of that shower. Guards stare at the empty cell on their monitors, but do nothing for 20 minutes. Beneath that 10-centimeter concrete floor, a hole has opened up into the earth. This was not a desperate dig. It was a masterpiece of cartel engineering. El Chapo drops into a vertical shaft that goes down exactly 10 meters deep. At the bottom, he finds a tunnel that is 1.7 meters high and roughly 80 centimeters wide. The air is cool because the tunnel has a fully functioning PVC ventilation system. Light bulbs line the ceiling, powered by a massive generator a mile away. Waiting for him on a steel track is a modified Honda motorcycle on rails. This beast was modified to run on rails and pull carts full of dirt out. El Chapo climbs onto the bike, revs the engine, and speeds into the darkness. He travels 1.5 kilometers underground in less than 3 minutes flat. Above ground, the guards finally rush to his cell, but they are too late. They find the hole, staring down into the abyss where their prisoner vanished. This tunnel cost an estimated $50 million to build over 18 months. Engineers used GPS coordinates from a watch smuggled to Chapo to find the cell. They bought a plot of land exactly 1.5 kilometers away to hide the entrance. They built a fake house on top of the exit to mask the noise of drilling. Trucks moved tons of dirt every single night, right under the noses of the police. Corruption was the key ingredient that made this concrete magic trick possible. By the time the alarm sounds, El Chapo is already breathing fresh air. He steps out of the tunnel into a warehouse where his men are waiting. A small plane is already fueled up on a private airstrip nearby. Within hours, the most wanted man in the world is back in the mountains of Sinaloa. President Enrique Peña Nieto is humiliated on live international television. A massive manhunt begins, involving thousands of soldiers and U.S. intelligence. They track his family, his lawyers, and even his pet monkey named Botas. 6 months later, on January 8, 2016, the Marines get a solid lead. They surround a safe house in Los Mochis, ready for a violent siege. Gunfire erupts as Chapo's bodyguards fight to the death to protect him. Chapo escapes again, this time through the city's filthy sewer system. He crawls through waste and sludge with his chief assassin, El Cholo. They pop out of a manhole cover in the middle of a busy intersection. They hijack a white car, desperate to flee the closing net of Marines. But this time, the federal police block the highway and surround the vehicle. There are no tunnels left, no motorcycles, and no more bribes to pay. The officers arrest him on the spot, snapping a photo that goes viral instantly. El Chapo looks defeated, wearing a dirty tank top in the back of a police car. He is extradited to New York, ending his reign as the Tunnel King. He is currently serving life plus 30 years in ADX Florence, Colorado. This prison is escape-proof, designed specifically for men like him. But his legend as the Houdini of the drug world remains untouched. The 1.5-kilometer tunnel remains the most audacious escape in criminal history. Subscribe now if you want to see more breakdowns of the world's craziest escapes.